Yes, people, welcome back to another video. John Sinclair TV back again. Tonight is the Fan Forum show. I've got at the minute Lewis and Sam. Good evening to you guys.
Evening.
Wow.
How are you doing? Are you okay? I haven't seen you for a long time, Chip has. And how are you feeling? You doing good?
I've been okay, so just chill like if I'm gave me day off work, so
Champion.
shave me comb fluff off and just chill.
Aye. Nice. And Lewis, how do you feel getting back from Wembley?
I still can't believe we got there. Obviously, I've seen in the back room to John on the way back home on Monday. I saw Jacob Murphy. Like all the people you could have met. Oops, sorry. Like
yeah, turn that down, Lewis, mate. Sorry.
See?
Wow. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Excellent stuff, though. So, guys, if you like the video, like what you see, hit the like, hit the subscribe button as well. And if you like the super chat, just click on the $sign and just give what the channel is worth. And if you'd like to comment a member, it's 99p. The link is there as well. Let's go through some comments, by the way. We got one for EK. Big up to you. Big up to Legends. And I hope you're having a good day. I got Mason. John will be at Stratford End doing the fans forum. Well, number one, Mason, I'm not a Stratford. And Stratford End. Number two, I'm a Newcastle fan. I've got a story to tell you later on, by the way, yeah. I'm going to speak to my new fan business this morning. What an arrogant piggy was as well. But I can. We got to Beer Falcon as well. Hi to you, mate. Hi to my guy, Dan. And hi to Joan Appleby. She been on my show last week. She was really, really good. And if Joan wants to come on tonight, the link's there. Just pop in, Joe, anytime. And even to Ian, thank you again. Good evening to you, Gareth.
Good evening.
Hi to Alan as well. And yeah, again, Ian, thanks so much for your donation, my guy. This is not the first, it's been the fifth, sixth time he's done this. And you know what, mate? Thank you so much, Ian. Share the love to this guy. I've always said I've got to meet this guy if I ever got to Newcastle, and I'm sure I will do. And thank you so much again, Ian, for Toon Black Army. And you're very kind. Leslie's absolutely on the money. Absolutely is. Really, really kind. And yeah, big up to Annie. How are you, man? You good?
Yeah, not bad. Great night. Great day out yesterday. So
yeah,
doing well.
Big up to you. And kind Ian, thank you, Leslie, and big up to Ian as well. And share the love to Ian as well. Right, we're going to talk about Wembley on Sunday's game. Newcastle got beat by 2-0. Yet another cup final defeat for Newcastle United. When is it ever going to end? In my opinion, one thing I'm going to say is right that we'll be back. Right, we'll be back. We will win something. Trust us on that. Yeah. What people have to understand this, right? I mean, look where we were 15 months ago. We were bottom of the table, right? And then fast forward 15 months on, right? We got to a cup final. Yeah. So I think this team and Eddie Howe deserves some props, by the way. Right, he's done a fantastic job, right? And Lewis, what went wrong, mate, on Sunday?
We didn't have Nick Pope.
Yes, fair enough.
And for example, there's been a picture going around Rashford doing what Bruno did against Southampton, and he got sent off in the cup in the semi-final. He stood out on Rashford stood out on Bruno, studs in the ankle. Referee didn't see it. VAR didn't see it. A report saying Bruno could be out for the City game. And per usual, we get out of fear, and apparently now Marcus Rashford's been credited for that goal. Reflection. Now the credit has been his goal. It was going bloody wide.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those things, man. I mean,
Mhm.
it came off Botman's boots and it into the back of the net, and Carri's had absolutely no chance whatsoever. I want to touch on Casemiro as well, Chip. So I don't know if you saw the picture. I only just seen this as well the other day, that he did a Bruno-style tackle. Bruno got sent off as well, no, right? It's just a question of which colour shirt you're wearing.
And
Yeah,
and
I haven't.
the badge. Sorry for putting in.
That's fine.
So I haven't seen it personally. I saw the Fred one, which I thought he should have been sent off. But then the day, listen, it was great to get back to a final for this club. It was great for the fans to have a day at Wembley, but we'll have to be sort of, change our mindset now to being happy with second best. We need to. I've had a few days to settle down and digest it and everything. And yeah, on Sunday I was so proud and everything but you've got to look back at it now as well as a missed opportunity, because they're not a good side. I mean, they're improving, yes, but they're still a side that's very beatable. And I just think, I'm not annoyed, but I'm just a bit like I'm seeing in my head of if, but, and maybe, and when's and things like that. I'm running through my head like if this had happened, that had happened, and I just think we did all right the first 20 minutes. We got Dallo booked. ESM had him on toast for the first sort of half of the first half, and after that, there was nothing. He didn't go at him. He got him yellow card, and that's it. And I'm thinking, well, he should have been the main person we targeted because he was their weak link in the back four. He was on a yellow card, and it should have been something where he looked at to exploit. I thought Callum Wilson, I don't know what's up with him. I would look like whether it's physically or mentally, because he's definitely not there at the minute.
He's been poor. He's been poor, Sam.
Almiron, I don't know. He may as well not even have a right leg because he doesn't use it. He just uses it to walk, I think, and that's it. And our set pieces are awful. We need to sort something out because we've got quite a tall team. If you think of it, we've got Botman, Shaw, Byrne, Longstaff, Joe Litton, Isak, Wilson. They're all tall players who should we get on the end of these set pieces, and they're not. I think we scored one against Leicester. I didn't from Joe Litton scored from a corner, but that was I don't remember scoring from a corner before that for ages. Again, I'm trying to be balanced to say, well, we're ahead of the project, etc., etc. But then I'll switch back and say, listen, we need to start thinking about winning these games, not losing them. We need to go there and think, you know what, we're going to beat these. I mean, I know a lot of us thought would win, but we need to go out there and do it on the pitch. And I think what the owners have come out and said afterwards would suggest to me that this summer is going to be a big overhaul again, and we're going to be spending money on big players and getting rid of a lot of shite. And it still wouldn't surprise me if players like ASM go in the summer. As much as you want him to succeed, again, he has one or two good games in 20 or 30, which I don't think is enough. Considering we want to win these finals. I'm not going to have a go at Karius because that was his first game in 2 years. So for me, I think he's obviously going to be rusty.
Agree.
When you see a keeper needs games to build a rapport up, to get used to everything, and I just think it's like I said, it's great. We've got our final. It's great for the fans. I had a nice weekend down there. But then I think we need to start thinking about winning these games, and not wondering what if, buts, and maybes, and what could have happened. We need to be thinking what did happen. So that's just me. But like I said, I'm not disappointed. But at the end of the day, we will need to start now thinking about winning these games and getting a trophy in the cabinet, because that's what the most important thing is, and that's what attracts the top players to your club.
You know what it is, Chip, as you're absolutely right. I mean, you touched on ASM as well. I mean, you know how much I love him, right? It's all right having all the techers or the skill on the run, but you haven't got an end product, then that means it's irrelevant. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
and I'm a massive fan of this guy. I really am. But I mean, I watched him closely. First half did all right. Second half, I mean, he did try. There was one moment, right, and he actually deliberately kicked the ball out for a goal kick, yeah, which he totally missed kicking it without a goal kick. I like to laugh at that as well, right? I know people say you're not allowed to have a go at ASM, but I'm just saying it how it is, and you know, but you just, I mean, I see if they get Kvaratskhelia for Napoli, if we get him, then I think ASM's done at this football club. But we need a winger with an end product, and we have seen him, and he hasn't really got an end product, and that's the problem. We're going to Annie. First off, commiserations yesterday on your match against Man City. It was always going to be a tall order, but as a Bristol City fan looking in, right, what do you think of Newcastle's performance on Sunday against United or Man United?
It was a weird game. I think Newcastle created some good opportunities. I think Alexander Isak not being on the pitch crucial in terms of not scoring a few of them. I think he looked much more of a threat when he came on the second half. Look, it's a disappointing one, but Man United are at the moment just a bit. You know, they aren't very good, in very good form, and have got Rashford on form, and it's always going to be a tough ask to beat them at Wembley. You control possession, you create a good few chances. At the moment, the goal scoring problem is an issue. And look, I think it will improve. I think Wilson will come back into form eventually, because he is a quality player. But I think he played the cup final at the wrong time in terms of Callum Wilson not being completely at it. And if he was at it, he could have probably scored 1 or 2 goals. And realistically, if Nick Pope is in goal, that second Man United goal doesn't go in, and after that it's 1-0, and dimension all changes. It's all those little things building up to the game, all that changes. And yeah, I'm not having a go at Nick Karius, by the way. I think it was good for most of the game. But I don't think it's necessarily his fault. I think his height let him down in that situation, and Nick Pope has got that height, hasn't he? He's a tall lad. So look, disappointed, but I don't think you should be disheartened at all, because Newcastle will be back if you continue on this upward trajectory which you are at the moment. Yeah,
fair enough. Kind words there from Andy. Just go through some comments before we get on Cal, the one who says how it like it is. Big up to Cal. Yeah, I read that. Thank you again. I appreciate that. The strawberry point for Newcastle game. Yes, Ian, that'd be a good idea. We didn't have Nick Pope. We cannot score goals. So what is Nick Pope gonna do? See the ball and up and score. It'd be nice, but I don't know anytime soon. Love seeing Amanda and Medad hugging the boys. Let's have a look. Hugging the boys at full time. We are so lucky to have them here. These owner really cares. Big up EK. That's a star comment there. That is brilliant. Thank you for that, man. Big respect to Karis as well. Yep, definitely. And hi to Clarky. Hope you're okay. Hi to Lee Kelly. Big up to Lee, by the way. Sounds intelligent lad. And I hope he's fine. Oh, wow. Didn't realize Isak was on the show. I thought I was talking to you, Andy. You look like Isak.
Good one.
Should play Nicky on the left. I'm going to talk about him later on. My opinion, I think he needs a rest, by the way. I can't lie. And Carrie's new deal for the Toon. I hope so, Lee. I really do hope so. According to results, reports in Italy that Inter wants him as well. Can we get some more of these emojis? Love pressing them. That's in Clarky. Yeah, I'm sure we do our best. Good evening to Julie J. Julie J, hope you're okay and having a good day. A good goal portrait. Yeah, absolutely right. Oh, it's Annie. Evening to Tom, even to you. Thoughts on Wilson? Is it time to let go in the summer? I like to see him turn things around. I wonder if Vinicius has caught within now. I keep my top player. Would I have this in the 9? Probably not. And big up to Cal. What's your check on this question, mate, on Wilson?
I think it's time to drop Wilson. I mean, you look at the difference before the World Cup to how he is now. I think he needs to be dropped. He's been absolutely disgusting. I don't know what's wrong with him. It looks a bit like Miggy. They've just gone off the ball. I don't know if there's rumours about long COVID and all this, but I just think he's been shite, mate. Since the beginning of that game, you seen him when he got that ball, he just wasn't with it. He didn't know what to do. He was slow with it enough. Like, bring him on, try him as a sub, see what he does then. I want to see Isak start. I want to see him dropped. I think he's had his chance. He's had many opportunities, and he just hasn't had it. He's been awful in the last, 6 weeks. I want to see Isak get minutes now, and I want him to be the number one starter for the Toon. And then obviously start looking at strikers in the summer. But I do not want to see Wilson starting anymore. And I'd like to see Miggy rested as well, mate. I don't... someone commented the other day saying, because I put on, I'd love to see Gordon, Max and Isak start together as Wilson needs dropped and Miggy needs a rest. And someone commented saying, no, Miggy needs to be dropped as well, you know. And it's a good point. Like, they just haven't been with it, mate. I seen another tweet saying, can someone tell Grealish to have another go at the Miggy, you know, just to try and get him going again, you know. And I don't know what it is. I don't know the answer. I don't know why they're not the same players from what they were before the World Cup. But I think they've had many opportunities and they just haven't been there. So it's time for change. And I want to see Wilson dropped. And I want to see Isak start every week now. I want to see him getting minutes. And I want to see what type of player he is. I don't want to see Isak coming off the bench for 20 minutes. I want to see him from the beginning. I want to see how good he is. So, yeah, for me, drop Wilson.
Yeah, it's a shame, because I like Wilson. I really do like Wilson. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to lie, I think he needs a break. And you definitely need a striker in the summer. And I think these owners now will realise if we want to get close to Man United and Chelsea's and Liverpool's and Arsenal's, we've got to spend about 200 million quid at least.
Maybe we're nowhere near that. We're nowhere near that level yet. Like, I'll be happy with top 6 now. I'll be very happy with top 6.
Exactly. I mean, for me, we couldn't beat Liverpool. We couldn't beat Man United. We're not going to beat Man City on Saturday. And I'll tell you what, we're a million miles away. I'm not even going to lie. We're a million miles away. It's as simple as that. And Julie J is saying, I don't know about letting them go, Tom, but definitely needs to be dropped and Isak to start. Yeah, absolutely. I've seen a bit of that boy, Alex Scott, last week against Man City, and no joke, that boy is a baller. Annie, I'm glad you came on. Run up your street. Alex Scott, tell us more about this guy, please.
He's absolutely different quality. He's our best player, but absolute country mile. He's 19, and he is running games in the Championship. The only last time I saw someone do that was Reece James at Wigan. He's playing in midfield. You don't run Championship games on your own unless you're absolutely different quality. After banging on his drum for a year and a half, he is ridiculous. He's come into a situation where we were a mess. Our whole team was a mess. He's come in. He's almost single-handedly stabilised us in midfield. Our midfield was a complete mess before he came into the team. Completely restabilised us. Completely turned it round. And I think he's ready for the Premier League jump. We will command a fee, a club record fee for Alex Scott, because he is probably at the moment our best asset over the past 10 years. We've had Adam Webster, who's gone to Brighton for 25 million, Lloyd Kelly to Bournemouth. This boy is different quality. He's on an absolutely different level. Last night, he was ridiculous. He ran the midfield against Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan, Calvin Phillips, Bernardo Silva. He was a standout player. Not them, not the £300 million talent there. Alex Scott, he was a standout player. I've seen links to Newcastle, I'm sure you have as well. I'll be absolutely gutted if he leaves. He's probably the best player I've ever seen, Ashton Gray. But I think that what it is really, in terms of us giving into the big clubs. But if a fee is going to be agreed, I expect around 25-30 million at the least. If Morgan Gibbs White is going for 40 million, I know it's Premier League to Premier League, but if Gibbs White is going for 40 million, he's worth at least 30 million in my eyes. I'll be absolutely gutted if he leaves. I think he will leave in the summer. But look, it is what it is. Another this is a bit of a strange one. For Borussia Dortmund, if they lose Jude Bellingham, I could see him, being a perfect fit over there. But look, Alex Scott is ridiculous. He's also another very boring skill. Whenever he comes out in the press, which is not very often, but whenever he does come out, he sounds like a true captain. He's 19. He's not 25. He's not 26. He's 19 years of age. That's so important to remember. He speaks like a true captain. Yeah, it's ridiculous. He's so good. Probably the best player I'll ever see in Ashton Gate, as I've said. But yeah, it is what it is. Unless we get promoted this season somehow, we'll lose him next year. I think he loves the club, but he's going to go soon.
Yeah, we got to Alex Scott, by the way. Really fantastic scouting report by Andy there, by the way. We linked to him, by the way, as well. Lewis, I don't know if you heard of this guy, Alex Scott. We did link to him. And 25 million quid. I think we need to snap this guy up very, very quick, real quick. Because at the end of the day, right, I mean, he'd be perfect for Newcastle.
That's the thing. Go on, you can speak first. Go on.
Sorry. You give us 25 million. Well, can we have a loan back? Because that would be quite helpful. Then we can get promoted next season.
Shouldn't have a problem with that. Shouldn't have a problem with that.
Yeah,
that could still. I think that could still work because then we can get him. You can set our player, and then you can still they can still develop him.
Yeah, I shouldn't see why not because he needs games, right? I mean, we are after young players all the time, Sam, and I think Alex Scott would be a perfect player for Newcastle. Do you know what I mean?
Works for BBC.
Sorry, Sam.
Works for BBC, doesn't she?
Yeah.
I know. Honestly, I didn't see the game last night, so I don't know how good he is. I was at work, so I don't know what the crack is. Unfortunately, I was at one late shift last night, so I don't know how well he played. I don't know who he is. So you're asking the wrong person here, John. Unfortunately.
I know. Fair enough. Guess who we got back in the house? He has been there for a few months. He's been a busy guy. And it is Bad. How are we doing, Bad?
Hello, we all right?
I'm champion, mate. I'm champion. How's things for you, my guy? You good?
Oh, no, I'm not too bad. Just
man.
You all right, Luca?
Still a bit gutted, but we'll have to get over it, won't we? And just move on to the next game.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you go in the end, Bad? Did you go to Wembley or did you not bother? Or
no, I just stayed in Newcastle for the match. But yeah, it was a strange one, wasn't it? It was just a weird experience to finally see us there. And we've had that day now, and it's hopefully the first of many. So kick on, and the next time we're there, let's hope we're on the winning end.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
I say one thing to Luca. I have I'm sorry for your mate's loss, your loss with your mates.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
Yeah,
thank you very much for thank you very much for that. Much appreciated about that. Yeah, I was a bit upset about that. I was quite upset about my friend Stephen passing away the other day. So, but it is what it is. It is really, really disturbing and upsetting. But he was a great guy, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna miss our arguments about Arsenal. You know what I mean? Like the other day, me, Mel, Bargaff, all them lot. We obviously watched back Stephen's favourite moments. We watched my favourite moment about me, obviously having my disagreements about Arsenal. You know what I mean? So
I do, man.
Yeah.
But rest in peace, Stephen Featley. I've been on this channel before, and I'll tell you what, this guy says how like it is. So there was a great moment with Stephen when he was on Del Boy's channel when Arsenal got beat off us by 2-0. He was absolutely on it as well. He was not very happy at all, and he just said how it is. Go for some comments, by the way. Before, please hit the likes, please, people. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, please. Got Barbara here. Big up to you, Barbara. Hi to you. I hope you're okay. Tom's chatting to Jay. I'm okay being a long born day. Be good to get back cool from being on loan, see what he can do. I think he'll be at Hearts till the end of the season, by the way. And Mama Flossie is back. Yes, Flossie. Hope you're okay, and hi to you. I think there's a big difference between Miggy and Wilson. Miggy just looks like a good player. He's shattered. Wilson looks like he lost everything about him. And it's a shame because at the end of the day, yes, he's went to the World Cup and had to be the same. When he came back, he has to be the same player, in my opinion. But look, at the end of the day, with Callum Wilson, for me, I still think he needs dropping for Isak, and we definitely need a striker in the summer. And Judas chatting to Tom. EK said we definitely need some fresher legs up front. Nevers will be great for us. Yes, he will, Lee, 100%. Who scored our last goal? That was, I believe it was Miggy. Was it Miggy against Bournemouth, wasn't it? I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
I would love to see Ruben come to us. Yeah. To be fair, some of our players have played a lot more football than we normally expect from them due to lack of Scott Death, World Cup, etc. Yeah, that's a fair comment there, Clarky. Hi to Dean to you, by the way, from New Zealand. I hope you're okay. And I hope the rest will do for Callum. But in everything he does on the pitch, he looks so shallow. Who he was. It could be something like long COVID. We just don't know how much of an impact it is. Yeah, fair shout, Tom. Could be a long COVID. MERS giving it started after the World Cup. And that Scott was very impressive yesterday. Let's not forget our current training facilities are still nowhere near the level of some of the top European clubs despite the complete upgrades. That's a fair comment there. Hi to I Like Coffee. I hope you're okay. Let's go on to the game itself. I'll start with you, Cal. The game itself, I mean, we spoke about it the other day. I mean, were we lacking quality in the
What
final?
do you mean? You mean City, Man City game?
No, Newcastle at Wembley.
Yeah, we lacked quality. We lacked end product, didn't we? There was no end product. There was no shooting. It was just the same football, man. Same thing. There was no change. Like, we need to start shooting and we need to start changing it up. It's pointless putting the ball in the box all the time and there's just no one getting on the end of it. The set pieces are awful. It's the same thing every week. There's just no plan B. And we didn't have it. And I feel like, Eddie, what I'm worried about the most is I don't think we feel like we know what we want to see, what needs to change, what needs to happen. But I just have a feeling Eddie is not going to just change the squad like that. I can't see him dropping Miggy completely. I can't see him even dropping Wilson for either. I think he's just slowly going to just put people in slowly, gradually, and he's not going to just change the top three, even though they look knackered, you know, and even though it's not working, even though we're not getting goals. I just can't see Eddie changing it like straight away. And that's worrying. If you want top 6, we'll end up top 10, 9. I'm just worried. But on that game at Wembley, mate, we all know what the issue was. There was no end product. It's all right having the ball in possession, but we're just doing nothing with it. I just hope in the next game he is going to change something, and we are going to change our style of play. We're going to shoot more. We're going to try and take players on, rather than just give it to Miggy and play a 1-2 on the wing, Fingers crossed. And I know we've got the toughest game possible, literally, after that defeat. But, the first game we played against them were fucking brilliant. They were lucky. They were lucky to get a draw, wasn't it? I just want another repeat of that, I want another repeat of that game, but I would like to see Isak start. I want change because what we've got right now isn't working. But we'll see. We'll see, mate. We'll see what happens. But I can't see Eddie changing anything like what we want.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair assessment there. We only missed the cutting edge. We only missed the cutting edge on Sunday. Anyone watching that game as a neutral, nowhere put Man United way ahead. On paper, their squad looks very good. Look at Chelsea, Liverpool squads. Where are they? We are nowhere near good enough at the minute in time. If you sign new midfielders in the summer, who would you drop in the first team now? For me, that's a tough one, Alan. We need a CDM, in my opinion. Definitely need a CDM.
Why to play Bruno as a number 10?
Yeah, pretty much so.
Yeah.
Put him more forward, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And get like a CDM, like a Edson Alvarez from Ajax, someone like him, a Corny from Mönchengladbach, yeah, Ruben Neves from Wolves, you know what I mean? One of those 3 players. You need a solid CDM. And Grisa for Napoli, he'd be perfect as well.
I would drop Longstaff. he's crap for us now. Even though he's a local lad, he's doing nothing now, unfortunately.
If I'm honest with you, I mean, I'll be flipping and flopping to this guy. All right, he's hot, and his flu's hot and cold. Yeah, he had the first half. He started out in the first 10 minutes. Right, I'm not gonna lie. Then after that, Casemiro and Fred and Bruno Fernandes right, had him in this pocket. Do you know what I mean?
I thought you guys were poor. Sorry, man, but I thought you guys were poor. I thought you started the game very well, and then from there, Manchester United just took control of that game. Like for me, I look at it like you guys. I expected more from you guys to actually put on a bit of a good fight. Of course, Manchester United were going to win the game; they were favourites. But Isaac had a poor game, and he's just come back from injury and all that, and he's not like for me. Like I think he was poor. Like what did he offer on Sunday at Wembley?
Not a lot.
No.
No, not really. I thought you tried, but nothing spectacular. Do you know what I mean? That is the thing. And he had to bring them on to make things happen. But again, he did a lot more what Callum Wilson's done. Let's be real.
Yeah, Wilson.
No doubt about it.
Wilson
He was very poor, Luca. I'm not going to lie. I'll say here now, he was very, very poor. If he goes to player ratings, right, I'll give Callum Wilson, I'll give him a 3.
I'll give him a 1. I think it's the worst performance he's had all season.
But do you feel if you had Nick Pope, would that have actually made a difference?
Yes.
Yes.
I think, yeah. Just.
You reckon? Especially with the two goals that you conceded.
The second goal, especially.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But the worst thing is as well, as I was saying, the second goal is being credited to Marcus Rashford now. How stupid is that? It was going wide. It got a little deflection, went in.
Did he not come off as an own goal? Did he not come off?
Yeah, because now the come out saying it's been credited as Marcus Rashford's goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what it is, right? I mean, look, I watched that game on Sunday, right? And I sat there and I'm thinking, do you know what? If you're going to get close to United, close to Chelsea and Arsenal and Man City, we have got to spend, you probably know, Luca, we're going to have to spend something like 250 million quid to get anywhere near this team. Do you know what I mean?
And that's the thing, like, if you guys want to compete, right, like for me, no one expected Newcastle to be in a Carabao Cup final, right? No one expected Newcastle to be competing for a top 6 or top 4. Whereas you guys, of course, have just been taken over recently. You're in a trust the process situation, right? Yeah. And you guys are going places, right? You guys are going in a lot of places. And for me, if you want to start challenging with Man City and Liverpool and other places next season, when Liverpool and teams that do come back, or even with Man City and us, then for me, you guys are going through the right direction. Eddie Howe is a good manager, but how is he going to be there? Because for me, we talked about it before on your channel, in my channel, and I said, look, it's a 5-year progress. You're in the first year now, if you get Champions League football next season, for me, I actually think you can get Champions League football still up. Like, coming to me from an Arsenal supporter, right? I still think, and part of me tells me, I think you guys are still going to make top 4, despite your performances haven't been that great.
The thing is, look, you got to score for this. Look, you got to score goals, mate, and we not be scoring enough of late. That is the thing. That is the thing. When we sold Chris Wood, we should have a striker coming in ready to go, and we never brought a replacement for Chris Wood at all whatsoever. We know Callum Wilson's got injury problems, right? Isak, for me, I still think is quality, but at the end of the day, right, he's going to get us enough goals to take us in the top 4. I look at the back 4. The back 4's fine, right? The midfield, we need to keep Bruno in the middle, right? If he's there, we got a great chance. Without him, we got a problem. Because if we look at it,
and that's the thing. Because for me, I looked at it and I watched the game back again, and I feel, look, Isaac, for me, I didn't want him at Arsenal Football Club, right? Because I looked at his goals at Real Sociedad. And now I look stupid, in my opinion, because now he's done very well for Newcastle, right? And for me, look, I thought he was poor on the weekend because he's just come back from injury, I think. And I think you guys need another striker. I really do. Alongside, you need a big. Do you know who I think you should go for? And people might say to me, and people might say, "Oh, he's old, he's old, he's old." I think you should go for Olivier Giroud. Someone like that.
That's a fair shout. That's a fair shout. He's 36, but he still does it. He still do it. He still do a job. Do you know what I mean? He holds the ball up, and you know we need a target man as well. If you can get a target man up front,
because if you get someone like that with Kieran Trippier and other people like that whipping the ball in the box, you've got Olivier Giroud in the air, and he was good at his hold-up play. 36 years old, I think he is, or 35 years old.
He's still doing it.
You need someone like that. You need someone like that that's actually going to get you goals. He could be an impact player to Isaac. Man. He comes off the bench. He's there. He's got Premier League experience. He's won trophies at Chelsea.
Yeah.
So therefore, he's a European winner and a World Cup winner.
Yeah.
So for me, maybe if I was a Newcastle fan right now, I'd be saying, right, go and get Olivier Giroud on an 18-month deal, someone like that. Someone experienced that's going to come in.
Fair enough. We come on to Brad in a minute. I'll go over his comments as well. 42 points to play for fellas and a great team bond. Champions League still very much on exactly daily. We can do it, but you've got to start scoring goals and to defend properly as well. Imagine if you've got Cavascilia, a dude, he can do that. Guy is absolutely amazing for Napoli. I watched enough of him. First 3 games tells me.
Who is he? He
plays in Napoli. He's a George international, plays in Napoli. This guy has been absolutely fantastic. I sussed him out after 3 games, and that guy sussed us out, and he's brilliant. We're too one-dimensional with him, man. Have you not? Well, you're going to have to go with him a lot more than the guy, honestly.
Yeah.
We're too one-dimensional, no plan B. We come out and Brad on that one in a minute. Just watch NUFC Matters. They were saying statistically players should be rested after playing 2,000 minutes. 9 out of 11 players. 9 of our players have played over 2,000 minutes without a rest. We don't have depth. Exactly, Tom. That's a worry. Supermac for Wilson. Oh, Supermac was fantastic in this time. Need a good player who can head the ball in the goal move. Good evening, gang. Hi to Jules. Quick hello from me. Chris and I cause enjoy Chris. Jules, I hope you win the thing. I hope you win. And let's go on to some more comments before we go on to Brad. I would go for Declan Rice. I tell you, it's a good shout, by the way. Carl Sader will be a great CDM for us as well. It'll cost 70 million quid. I tell you what, we get him, that'd be tasty, mate. We're actually close to 100 mil. He won't be, Jules. He's got 12 months left on his contract after this one. I think it'll be about 80 in the summer. We don't want to be spending that kind of money yet. That's
why spend 100 million on Declan Rice when you can spend 40 million on Alex Scott?
Exactly.
Why can't we sign Jesus?
That won't happen. That won't happen.
I tell you what, I would love to sign. I'd love what it's sign, and I know it's a long shot. I've said it for ages. I love that Osimhen. Have you seen that Osimhen from?
Napoli.
Oh, he's brilliant! What a player he is.
What a player! That guy cost 50 mil, right? Not that the Premier League didn't take a chance on this guy, right? So Napoli goes and get him for 15 mil, record buy. And I tell you something, he's taking that lead by storm. 15 points in front of in the Serie A. The title is theirs.
Quality.
I personally think I personally think in weekend in January, I would have thrown word on for Wilson 70 minutes and just launched his balls up. That's a fair shot. I gave Wilson a 0. I do feel really bad for that, but he's offering nothing. Tom, just say how it is, mate. Say it how it is. I'd rather Rashford have the goal than Labour as a bottom own goal. That's fair enough. I like coffee. Brad, do you think, right, we talked about Miggy and ASM. Do you think they were too one-dimensional? Or do you need to change it up?
I think probably a lot of it just comes down to, again, just that much reliance on them. We've not got that much depth in the squad. The thing is with Almiron, he obviously had a fairly decent run of form, scoring some goals. But you're looking at it now, and obviously we all know he's got no right foot. So unfortunately, the way you're going to defend that, you're going to show him onto his right foot and not let him go onto his left. And when you do that, he's got no option but to turn around. He's just playing the easy ball to Trippier, and then we're almost stuck. Then he's receiving the ball in decent areas up the pitch, but he's not then able to convert it into something or create any any chances. He's just playing the easy ball every time. Again, maybe that's just the team's maybe burnt out, and we've had a good run and we're struggling now. So it's maybe all sorts of things like that. Same with ASM as well. He's making the good runs, but the end product's not there. Again, is that because Wilson's not being at it? He's not making the right runs. We can't just throw the ball in the box and expect something to happen. You've got to you've got to play for that. You've got to have your strikers run onto the ball and get in the right positions. Just throwing the ball into the box isn't going to work, because the defense will have that worked out all day long. And I think in that sense we have sort of been worked out, and we're quite easy to defend against now. That's why. And obviously, it shows in the results. Fairly, we scored barely any goals, which is obviously a worry. And if you don't do that, you're not gonna pick up wins. So, I think what we need is a change up of tactics slightly. Obviously freshen up the team. Something like Anthony Gordon's got a big job in his hands, because let's hope he can come into the team, get a consistent run of games starting, and see what he can do. But I think, I just sort of think we've sort of we've had a good run and we start slowly burning out. So we need to try and find the key to revitalise it again, because the players there are capable. I think we have just became a bit too predictable. The set pieces, obviously, as we know, haven't been good enough. Again, it's fine. It's the question is, I suppose, can we find the answer and be a bit more creative and inventive? You're waiting us. We're not really seeing us do anything like out the blue. It's just the same sort of. It's going out wide, goes to the winger. The winger plays it back to the fullback. We pass inside. It comes to nothing every time. You want to see some good runs and get in a position where we can get a shot away and put the keeper under pressure, which they're just the things we aren't doing. And if you don't do that, you don't score many goals. And I suppose if you're not doing that, one thing you can rely on is, well, we'll try and score from set pieces, but we're not doing that either. So the avenues for creating chances have been very limited for us. But again, let's say controlled the ball on Sunday, but if you don't do anything with it, and the defense is prepared for whatever you're going to try, then we probably, all jokes aside, we probably could have played another 90 minutes and we still wouldn't have scored. Yeah,
that's fair shout, Brad. Fair shout as well. So, guys, please hit the like button as well. Do follow Lewis on this channel and Annie as well. H Robbins Talk and K Povey NUFC on Twitter, BP NUFC on Twitter, and Luca AFC on his YouTube channel as well. He's a big Arsenal fan, by the way. And Foxy, well said, Luca. He's a guest benefit of the doubt for a lot of fans. Yeah, others will be the scapegoat for a cup loss. It was a Ten Hag masterclass in game management, top level. They deserve to win. Yeah, it's a fair comment, Foxy there. Need to take more shots on the goal. That's very true. For the front line, we're trying to is Almeida and Mitoma for Brighton. Yes, absolutely.
He's a good player. Matoma's a quality player, and he's doing very well in the FA Cup. And apparently, I don't know, I heard a rumor that apparently Brighton were already available for sending him around 40 million. But I think he's going to be worth way more than that. I think. How much do you reckon Matoma is going to be worth?
Well, it's Brighton, isn't it? I mean, they want a lot of money for this guy. I mean, they want to get 80 million for Casado. This guy is going to be very close to that. If he gets another season, he'll be close to that as well, because Brighton makes a lot of money on players.
You don't think he'll be around the £100 million mark?
No.
I'll tell you what, it'll be close. I don't think it'll be 100 million yet, but he's got to do it again next season. He's got to do it again next season, Luca. If he does that and he proves to us that he's top bill, then I think it'd be absolutely fine. It'd be absolutely fine. And there you go. But they got some good players, Brighton, but they've got a bloody good manager as well.
Can I ask you your opinion, lads, on something before we turn it off? I've been talking about it on Twitter. A lot of people are asking for Target to come back next game. I don't think that's a good idea. I get why people are saying it, with Dan Burn,
Yeah.
like everyone else, we're fucking knackered, lads. We're tired, but I don't think it's a good idea bringing Target back in against City, his first game back after that long off. What do you think of that? I mean, I get it. I want Target back. I think Dan Burn's good off the bench, or even good next to Botman. He's a centre back, but I don't think next game is the right game for Target to come back.
No, it's going to be tough, a tall order for him to come back. And the thing is, what we know from experience as well, Eddie's always reluctant to sort of make any like flash changes out the blue.
Exactly.
So with Dan Burn having that much of running the team, although he's knackered, his option would be more towards playing Burn and then again
bringing him on. Yeah.
I just obviously longer term Target's got to be the option for us to play left back for the remainder of the season.
100%. Yeah.
Gotta be. I mean, Dan Burn, like him, but I like a left back that can actually play left back. He's X22, new to the league, and for me, at the minute, he's better as a left side forward than through the mid. I think he can adapt, perhaps, a bit like Henry, but it's not an instant success or process. Sorry, thank you, Tom, for that. And this summer, watch your top 6 buys. If you ain't trying to get players like that, Ashworth has to go because we're aiming for top 6. We ain't on Brighton yet. Go and get by himself. Though I tell you what, Dan Ashworth will be going nowhere at all. And Joe Guzong would be a great fit. He plays in the Japan League. I'd never heard of this guy. I'm not an expert on Japanese football. I'm not going to lie. Don't forget to like the show, click and subscribe. Also, your socials really helps. And a big shout out to Les doing a sterling job. Big up to Jules, Les, and cheers as well. And chatting to Leslie there. Osman is good. Also because of Cavacielli. We need better wingers to provide service to our striker and an end product as well. So good. Can you hit the subscribe button, please, mate, if you can? That would be fantastic. Thank you very much indeed. Napoli, best team in the world right now on form. They would be mad to leave. Yeah, I don't think they'll be leaving. I don't think they'll be leaving at all. And I like coffee bad. You sound like Keith Downing, by the way.
I wish I had his job. I wish I.
Yeah, and got a yacht off at Celtic's quality winger. I think he's just shot in the Premier League, but he's happy at Celtic, by the way. But we might give him one more season and he gets away. And just someone comes. So I got so many comments come through, by the way. I do apologize.
I think
and in the January window, in the January transfer window, we were linked with average players as I like coffee. Yeah,
I think that's probably it's going to be. Will probably remain to be seen how we finish the season. But the big names we're talking about, like Rice, and they're never going to join us. You might as well be realistic. They're never going to sign for us at this stage. And just like I think we're just going to have to find a Bruno, someone who's not a like in your face proven talent. That everyone's talking about and the big clubs are after. It's going to be someone. It's going to be someone who we can pick up, develop, and bring it to the side, and someone who can offer something. I think it's finding that creativity for us. I think obviously someone like Maddison would be brilliant because he's sharp on the ball.
I agree.
He can find a pass, and I think that's what we need. It's probably not. We're not in a position where we can go and draw the big names that have been touted for the summer, your Bellinghams, Rices, etc. That's not going to happen. But if we just need to try and get the best available players that we can, and then we'll just go from there.
Yeah, I think Lee Madison. I think Madison will be absolutely brilliant. I've a cracking signing for Newcastle. Realistic. Back
in 2 seconds.
Yeah, go for it, Lou. Go for it, man. Go through some comments as well. Good shout there, Brad. I do think Eddie should try and switch ASM and Miggy sides. We said that before. Tony said it before. Put Miggy on the right and Miggy on the left and play Gordon as a 10 role, maybe.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, there's lots of times you see Miggy gets a good chance to put the ball in the box, but he just doesn't want to do it with his right foot, and he has to cut back inside every time. Sorry if I missed that, lads, but I absolutely agree with that. I'd love to see some quick balls in the box, get him on the left side of the field.
I think it's Eddie's style though. Previously, and he's always liked to play his wingers. He's always liked to play his wingers on the other side so that they can cut in on the stronger foot.
Yeah.
But I think I do agree though. I think.
Can we turn that off, please? Someone. Sorry.
Who's got that on? Who's got that on?
I think. Obviously, if you can't, the thing with Miggy is he won't use his right foot at all. Obviously, you've got a preferred foot, but if you can use both, then you're in a much better position to be able to like create chances. I think that's something we are missing. But
it's again, like sides are already expecting him to cut in now.
Oh, yeah.
They're expecting it.
You show him in. If your defender's a fullback, you know that if you show him onto the byline, he can't do anything.
Yeah.
So he's it's predictable because you can almost show him down the line, and he's always going to come. He's always going to look to pass back to his fullback. So
yeah.
And then I think the issue with that is, sorry, by the time we've passed it back to Trippier, Trippier's laid it off again. The defense is already set, so we're not hitting them balls in, and your striker isn't moving onto the ball. You've got to have to, when you're putting balls in the box, you've got to attack them with a bit of pace.
Yeah.
If you're just standing still, the centre halves have always got the advantage over you, or the keeper's going to come and collect it. So it's and I think a lot of that probably boils down to us again, probably playing the same team all the time. We're tired, and they're just lacking that bit of sharpness to be able to find something. Because most teams in the Premier League now have got good defences, and if you're not on your game and you're not passing quickly and moving, you're gonna struggle to score goals.
Yeah, we're playing like Chelsea. We've got the same issue.
Exactly. Chelsea again, similar where they're in that position where they're low on confidence, and you just don't look like scoring because you haven't got that cutting edge and creativity. But and I think for us that probably boils down to us being a bit worn down because at the start of the season that was what we were brilliant at. We were getting in people's faces. We were given a bit of an element of surprise, but now. As soon as you get worked out, you've got to be able to be a bit more inventive and think, well, how are we going to break? How are we going to cause them problems?
I just hope after this defeat, this big defeat, what type of side do you think we're going to be? You know, I really hope we're going to come back strong after this defeat rather than let it hurt us, and keep our heads down. I really hope we come back with fucking a vengeance. And what a better way to do it than to fucking put in a good result against City. I mean, come on, that's what we need, isn't it? A good. I'm not even asking for 3 points. A good draw again. Just to show that we're still that team. We've still got it. We're not going to keep our heads down. And I really hope this defeat isn't going to hurt us for the rest of the season, or even to the summer, because I think we really do deserve top 6, and I think we're good enough to get it, and even fight for top 4. We can do it. We can.
Yeah. It's like. Yeah. You just got it's like anything though, innit? I suppose if you're on a bad run, everything seems to go against you. But then when you're on a good run of form, like we have been, you feel invincible. So we just need to try and find that again somehow. Yeah, like you say, it's happening with even Fulham, for example. They're in that position now where they're getting loads of good results, and just because they're confident and they're on a good run. But the season could still easily turn. Just got to hope it does.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see, because obviously Manchester United won the Carabao Cup. Because technically, if they get Champions League football, the 8th place could get European football. No, 8th would get European football, won't they?
I don't know. Didn't it change this year?
Yeah, it doesn't work like that now. It used to be that the team that came runners up got the spot, but they stopped that now. So we're still gonna have to. We're probably still gonna have to finish. Could even be 6th, to be honest, to get any European place. It depends on if any English teams win the Champions League and Europa League and what have you. Yeah, but we don't. Yeah, so you probably won't know yet till the end of the season.
Yeah. We'll see about that as well. Alakoffa, Mr. Comments, do you think Wilson's motivation to play has dropped after the World Cup? Well, it doesn't look right for me, in my opinion. He's way off the pace, gone off the boil, and his injuries catches up on him, I'm afraid. I'm not going to lie. Our first team needs a new left back, centre mid, right winger, and a forward as a minimum, plus more depth into the squad. Yeah, it's going to be a busy summer. Sorry about this comment as well.
New centre back.
Yeah, new centre back, because we could do, because Jamal Lascelles going to be on the way at the end of the season. I know that's a fact.
Right.
I could be wrong. So, I mean, he could be off as well, off to Forest maybe. I don't know, but he's definitely being aware. Let's see what Ashford brings in the summer. That's from Julie. We go through this comment because there's quite a few here. Long-term should be neither burn and target if we want to continue progress as a club. Both of those are squad backups, level players at best. I kind of have to agree, Fox. I kind of have to agree with you, mate. And hi to Jules. We got a videoing assistant isn't working. Gad said the same thing as well. I understand Eddie wants to try different things, but it isn't working anymore. For me, I have to ask you this question, Mason. Do you think Eddie Howe's being too loyal to his players now?
To be honest,
yeah,
I think he is to some. I think he's been loyal to Wilson recently because he's been out of form, and particularly him because he hasn't dropped him from the starting 11 because he's played with Bournemouth, and I don't know why he's not giving Isak a chance. Isak a chance because that game against Man U on Sunday, he looked decent on the ball, and
Mason, can I stop you there, Mason? Luke, are you going, mate?
Yeah, well, I've got to bounce. Is that okay? Yeah.
No, that's fine, man. That's man. You're going to watch the Arsenal. So listen.
Are you free? Are you free for my top 6 show this week?
I think I'm driving to Newcastle on Friday, but I'm gonna have to hide my camera though if I'm gonna do it.
No worries. I don't mind. That's absolutely fine. Yeah.
Deal us in, man. Get us in.
Yeah, no worries, man. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. Take care, man.
Thank you.
Take care.
Take care,
That's
my
all
guy.
right. Thank you, man. Bye.
You too. Bye. What a guy. Top guy, Luca. He really is. Do follow him as well, by the way. Luca AFC. Big Arsenal fan. And yes, Jorginho would have fitted in nicely. And also should have got Jorginho. Yeah, I have to kind of agree because he's still a decent player. I quite like him. Carry on, Mason. Sorry.
I think he's been like Wilson a little bit because he's worked with him at Bournemouth and now he's working with him again at Newcastle. And I feel like he's keeping like some of the players starting close to his chest because he thinks we're going to win the game if we play them. But Wilson, I'm sorry, he needs to get dropped because for somehow he's not been right since obviously we've been with Southgate at the World Cup, and since then he's been constantly starting and he's been constantly not playing good. And like when Isak was playing against Man United, like what I said, when Isak was playing against Man United on Sunday, he had some decent run. He was going on the ball. He had some decent runs. That's what we need, and I think that's what we need when going after have against Man City because if that was Wilson, either their midfield or their defence is going to take the ball off Wilson, and they're going to pass it to Haaland, and then Haaland, like if Haaland gets a chance to win, but then we're basically knackered after that because Wilson can't go on this run of playing not good enough football because it's been happening since the World Cup, and we've lost Chris Wood, and the only striker who's been doing all right is Isak. Isak has had a decent game again, like when he came on against Man U. If he can play that against Man City, see how he is against obviously their defence and their midfield. If he plays like that, plays well, then it's going to be hard for Wilson to get back in the squad if Isak goes out and plays well against a decent Man City side.
Absolutely. We'll go for some comments as well before we get back on Annie. I think it's Annie's turn. Do you think Eddie Howe has too much loyalty for Wilson? For me, I'm going to be honest with you, I think he does. And he needs to drop him and play Isak. What's your take, Annie? I think Andy's not there. Yeah, what's your take on that one, Lou? Wilson, I know you're not being a fan of him.
I think he has too much, like, I think he's like he's son from another mother, if that makes like a son from another mother. He just loves them, loves playing them. I don't see why not give Isaac a chance. If it doesn't work out, so be it. At least we try something different. It's just it's so annoying playing the same players, because teams now are figuring us out and like trying to stopping us, and it's biting us it's going to bite us at the end of the season, I think.
I'm gonna have to agree there at the minute. Like, he's too loyal to Wilson, but he needs to be ruthless as well at times. So I love Eddie Howe. He needs to be ruthless. Do you think I've read that as well? Go through as well. And meanwhile, Jose Mourinho has more red cards in Serie A than any of the players. Yes, he's been sent off for the third time this season as a Roma coach. That is not good. Eddie Howe's a fantastic manager, but he does need to be more flexible with selections and systems. Yep, Judah, I can see where you come from. So you can move up in the Champions League European places every season and win those trophies. Amanda has said we're going to win. We need to spend, like I said, 250 mil. Go to Jay, got one from Barbara. After losing that cup final, we now have to go at Champions League spot. Barbara, you're absolutely right. Totally agree, because we could go top 4 would be absolutely fantastic. It's doable, but we've got to win games. Which left-footed players are known for using their right foot constantly? Messi, Robin, Rivaldo, Vieri, Agi. Not many people, because they're all left-footed. They're all left-footed. And see your point. Yeah, I need a new partner for Botman, Lassen Clarkey. If you want to improve, then I've got some guy just chatting to Foxy as well. I do think, even though he's a winger, you should have to be able to at least cross with your weaker foot. Miggy either can't do that and refuse to do it. And got some more as well. There's no Jules. Need to rotate some of the playouts as well. And big up legends. Thank you, Vajik. I'm off to watch the matches. Nunes wins that Liverpool midfield. You enjoy the match, mate. Watch what you're doing. And let's hope Wolves do beat Liverpool, by the way. Right, I want to talk about something different, right? I mean, I'll talk to you first, Kyle. What it is, right? This guy, I spoke to him today. He's a Man U fan, right? And he said to us, I posted on the tweet today, he said that this guy is such, he said, Newcastle fans are fake fans, right? And they don't deserve to be in the top 4, etc. Right? I mean, I've seen Man U fans as well at Wembley, right, having to go at Paul, right, Paul's daughter, right, which I think is absolutely effing shocking. And I hope Paul did dig his few ribs as well. What's your take on that, man?
I just think people like that don't really watch football. Like me, I don't just follow Newcastle United and just watch Newcastle United. I follow tonight. I'll be watching the football because it's the league that my team's in, and I don't think people. I think people who say to say something that's stupid, first of all, about our fans, it's just either jealousy or they haven't got a clue what they're talking about. They don't really watch football. They'll watch their team and that's it. If you actually watch football and you've seen this season, we've been defeated twice now by the same team all season. To say that, you're just an idiot, or you don't know what you're talking about, and you're just following that one club, and you'll only stick the TV on when your team's playing. And I, honestly, like, you can't be a true football fan if you really genuinely believe that after watching this season, because we've been outstanding. We've lost 3 games all season, minus the FA Cup. So to say that, it's just idiotic.
Yeah, you can't sell at all. Brad, what's your take on it, man? It's and before you say anything, Mo, could you please hit the subscribe button, mate? If you can, that'd be brilliant, man. Thank you so much indeed. Give Isaac the next 3 to 5 game run and see. I have to agree. Yeah, Brad, your take on it. I mean, Man U fans. I mean, look, to do that to Paul's 40-year-old daughter, it is shocking.
Yeah, it's just again, it's just like the understanding of the fan base in it. You know, compared to ours, the fan bases are completely different. It's you tend to, for us, we're in a position where we haven't been in the cup final for coming on 25 years, whereas they've been in God knows how many. Won loads of trophies in that time. So it's just I think. But in fairness, I think the majority of fans appreciated that from us, and they give us credit for the atmosphere that was there at Wembley, and just great to see us finally have a day like that to enjoy. And you look at some on the Man United side, it feels like they almost take it for granted as such, which is completely different to us. Their fans, you're seeing some of them walking out the ground after the final whistle before they lift the trophy, etc. So
that's embarrassing.
It's just but it just shows you the complete difference in you can't even compare the two. So
the majority of them aren't even from Manchester, mate. Half of them
it's not. Yeah, I mean, I know that's like that. I know that's like the joke that people use.
I know.
Even in fairness, like even that doesn't even matter, because I know we've got many loyal fans from all around the country support Newcastle, but it's just the mindset that's completely different.
Yeah,
we're us as Newcastle fans. We're dead into our football. We follow the club everywhere, and it's just it's just a complete different sort of culture, isn't it? Yeah, everything like that. It's not. If you have sort of look at some of the Man United fans, they're just sort of interested when they're winning. They've not been through, probably not supported them in the tough times that they've had in recent years. I know. It was back in the time under Fergie. 99% of people supported them, and you felt like you were the only one who you were the only one who supported Newcastle, and you took all the flack for it. But so it's moments like that now where you feel more proud when we've got to that position and just supporting the team. It's just so yeah. I mean, it's I know I can understand it, because looking at it from other clubs, they don't understand what it's like. But for us, we know the pains and endless week after week after week watching awful football that we've been through.
Yeah.
And to have something like Sunday, we'll take for granted. We won't take that for granted at all. More than it means more to us than they'd ever understand. So yeah, it's not even worth worrying about, to be honest, is it?
Exactly.
And you know what it is, right? I mean, I've got some good Man United fans, followers on Twitter, sort of thing as well, on Friday. They've been fantastic to us as well. And I spoke to a Man U fan as well. He stood behind us in Wembley Weir. And he's a great guy. He's a brilliant guy, right? I mean, he talked football. He said nice things about Newcastle United. His wife even said the same thing as well. And that's what it's all about. Simple as that. Be nice, and you respect them, you respect them back. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. It's like
all it is.
Yeah.
I've got Billy as well. Big up to Billy. He's an instant centre forward. But he would more to us in Canada in a minute. We just have to get him playing, facing the goal, because he is too weak to play with us back to goal. That's Billy.
Oh yeah, can I say something about the Man U fans? You know how we did the wolf flags at the display. The Man U owners give everybody a free scarf, and some Man U fans are selling their scarves for 55 quid.
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
I know.
That is an absolute effing joke. That is, you know what I mean? That's disgraceful. I hope eBay takes it down, man. Do you know what I mean? How can we sell something which is not even yours in the first place, right? So he goes and get it, and then he goes and sell it on, which is not even yours in the first place. Joke, isn't it? It's like me go and take a flag, right? Turn those to James's right and try and sell it on. No,
what I'll say though is there's scum everywhere you can. There's scum in every fan base. You've seen players getting caught on the Metty with a flag. There's scum everywhere you can, lads. It's the world we live in, innit? And it's we always seem to single out when shit happens, And, I'm not saying like we were fucking mint at Wembley. I've seen we're fucking cleaning up Trafalgar Square and all that. Brilliant. There was no arrests, or there was 8 arrests, but like literally now, the amount of people that were there, I think we were absolutely brilliant on the day. But there is scum everywhere you can, and I'm sure there's a lot of proper sound Man United fans who actually do get it and understand actually probably feel a bit fucking bad for it, because we did all right that game, you know. They didn't just whack all over, did they?
No,
but yeah, there's scum everywhere, isn't there? It's a shame.
It's just the ones. It's just a lot of the ones you see just on Twitter and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't really take that as a general thing, because usually that's just the odd person trying to wind people up. So majority of people are real football fans, and
yeah.
All it is, right? All Man U, and there are some Man U fans are good fans.
Yeah,
I know that's a fact. So we've got to put the good ones aside, because they're really good fans. Well, Miggy isn't referred to either. How is just retaining him in the position, and he's a top scorer, goals go up, playing out of position. And Moore says either looks lively than Wilson. You have to agree. Watching the Man U West Ham match down, now the stadium's silent, but the West Ham fans. Man U fans are plastic fans. That's from Alan. Can Anderson play up front? He was electric when he played left wing. I don't think he's ready for Premier League football just yet. I'm not going to lie, but he needs a loan out to a championship club, in my opinion, and then come back as a better player, and I'm sure he will do. I enjoy watching all levels of football, from non-league to the Prem. Gareth, good for you. Good for you. Very, 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 very.
I'll tell you something. What I saw was absolutely shocking at Wembley. The Hilton Hotel next to Wembley, the park there for the game. Minimum hours was the minimum you could stay was for 8 hours. Guess I'm still charging the park there. How I guess?
Go on.
How I guess how much it was? You won't believe it. You'd be absolutely gobsmacked how much it was.
£10 an hour.
No, 100 quid. 100. No, for 8 hours, 100 quid. Then literally you go to where the coaches go in, and it was the Wembley car park. 40 quid the park all day.
That's unbelievable. That's absolutely unbelievable. It's a joke, man.
But like when we went down, people like how you can like an Airbnb, but we didn't book an Airbnb, but you can book somebody's drive. We booked somebody's drive for 13 quid. And you was absolutely the person who we got was lovely in that, because he said if we win, so we booked it until 9 o'clock. He said, my dad said, we don't know how long we're going to be. He said, we booked it to 9 o'clock, blah, 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 blah. He said, if we win, we'll be back for 9 o'clock. He goes, no, you can have as long as you want.
Grimsby are beating Southampton.
Wow. Well, that's a lot of money. That's London prices for you, by the way.
Yes.
That's London prices. There's not a lot you can do about it there. We go through this conference. There's a lot of us coming through. We're going to talk about this as well. We're going to talk about the weekend's game as well. Target was dropped a while before he got injured in training, but given Share a rest and playing Burner centre back will be an opinion to bring Target back in will make us better in attack. That's Andy G. Andy, you hit the subscribe button, please, if you can, mate. That'll be brilliant. Thank you very much indeed.
I think with like Fabian Shaw, I think he might. The second goal might have been his fault. He might have been a bit the first one, he might have been a bit concussed still.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, and I agree. I think maybe do put Dan Burn in next to Botman. I like that idea. But is Target ready to come back after all that time against Man City? I don't think so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe the concussion might come into it. We might have to play him.
Could be. God, someone's dropped out. I've got one. Wouldn't mind playing 4-3-1. Bruno, Joe Linton in the holding role. Maxi, Isak, and Gordon and Wilson. Not against City, though. Obviously, that's in Clarky. And Isak has been a striker since he's 13. Started in Sweden, went to Dortmund at a young age, and then moved to Spain. Obviously, the next Zlatan. Then moved to Spain as a striker. Moved to on the right for one season, and he's not a striker. Big up to Anthony Herbert. Big up to you, Anthony. Love you to bits, my guy. And I hope he's right. He's a Bristol lad as well, by the way. I think he's a United fan. I could be wrong. No, he's not. He's a Newcastle fan. Big Newcastle fan. Newcastle's been really good this season, but I've been hearing other fans saying Newcastle finished 5th. But would you take that? Yes, I would.
Yes, I
would. Given the position you're in, right? But I'd love to get top 4. But if we don't get top 4, we go 5th, and I take that. We finish high as we possibly
well, I mean, on the
and go on. It looks like London towards attraction coaches to Wembley for the Man U end. That's when they sunset. And obviously, Ryan's well. We have the best fan in the world. Come on, the Toon. That's Les Kelly. Big up to Les.
I was just going to say on the Isaac one, back on the other comments. I think there is a place for him as a striker, but we just need to get involved more in the game from supporting players.
Yeah,
he's proved that he's a decent finisher, and he's just like you say, like Billy said earlier, if he's facing with his back to goal, you're not going to get the best out of him. He's not that type of striker. But put him in the position and give him the support and get people close to him, putting him balls. He's good. He's good with his feet, working in close areas. He's a good dribbler. He's a strong runner with the ball. So if we can get him in behind and things like that, I think if you play to his strengths in that sense, he can play the striker position. It's just how you get the best out of him in that position.
Mate, I'm excited to see him,
Yeah,
I can't wait. I'm actually really excited to see Isak, from the beginning. Honestly, I am. I'm past Wilson now. He's had his chance. I think he was playing well for the World Cup. Ever since then, he's not been the same player.
Yeah.
Cannot wait to see Isak play. I cannot wait.
Yeah, you've got like all strikers. Like Wilson's a different type of striker to Isak. And then you've got you look at all the strikers across the Premier League. They all bring something different to the table. They all play in different areas better than others. So it's just playing to their strengths really. And unfortunately, just if the team aren't sort of firing all cylinders, you're not scoring goals. There's usually a reason for that. It's not like we're putting loads of chances on a plate and we're throwing them away. We're not creating good chances.
Yeah.
So the chances of scoring just go dramatically down.
Yeah. We also, sorry, John, but we also really don't have a cam. We don't have that playmaker, do we? I think look at Joe Linton. He's more of a CDM as well, just like Bruno.
No.
Willock isn't really. Your long staff. We get a good cam. It could make a big difference for that striker.
You can look. We can look quite flat at times. You want that player in the middle, running into the box and putting them balls instead of going out wide all the time. We're becoming too.
But that's why we're going wide all the time, isn't it?
Yeah,
because we don't have that cam.
Yeah, and I think if we bring Gordon into the side, I think we can that's maybe something a route we can go down.
John said that, didn't you, John?
Yeah. I think you've got to give it a go. And we need that support in the middle. We can't. The striker's getting too isolated, and you can't just throw a ball into the box. The striker's at a standstill. You can't generate any power or any run onto the ball. So it's again. It's not like I don't like to criticize the strikers too much because we're not creating enough quality chances for them. If there were and he was missing them all over the spot, I would say fair enough. He's not performing. He's thrown away a hell of a load of chances. But we're not being as creative enough. And you've got to you have to sort of mix it. You've got to mix it up.
You've got to mix it up because it's just so predictable at the minute. I hate to say it. Brad, you have to agree. We're so predictable. People's working a suit now how we play. Yeah. I love Eddie. I don't mind Eddie playing a back three. If he changes it up, right, and it doesn't work, then I've got to credit that to kudos him because the end of it he's changing it up. Yeah, but if he comes to us and say we're going to play a back three, I'll be excited to see what he does for a back three. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Or 4-2-3-1, or even 4-4-2. Yeah. But I mean, we're just playing the same system all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it in a way because he probably doesn't want to. He doesn't want to make loads of dramatic changes and start panicking. But because obviously the way we played at the start of the season, we were successful. But now he's got to like sort of just give it a go. I think obviously we'd have liked more signings in January to try and make a difference. But obviously all we've got is really got Anthony Gordon, so we've got to try and utilise him in the best way we can. I think he probably is one of them players where he can link up in the middle of the pitch and get us moving forward like he did he did really well against West Ham. I thought when he came on for his debut, you know, he played some lovely 1-2s and he got Wilson them balls in behind the back four centrally.
Yeah,
and I think that's something that we're really we've been lacking, because like you say, we've just been looking to go out wide, but we need to bring that. We need someone who can link up between the deeper role in midfield and the strikers.
Yeah, brilliant. That's absolutely agree with you, man. I can agree with you there.
I'm going to head out for me tea.
No problem, mate. Listen, thanks for coming on, man. And before you go, tell us your socials, man, where you can find you.
Obviously, my YouTube channel's Newcastle Disabled Fans. I was going to do a video for Wembley, but my phone battery died so quickly I couldn't do it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But obviously, Facebook's Lewis Show. Obviously, I'm going to go for my score prediction. I'm going to go 3-1 City, unfortunately.
3-1 City. Cool. No problem at all. I hope you're wrong, Lewis, but
yeah, I do.
You got to be honest.
Yeah.
Listen, you take care, man. See you next week. Enjoy it.
Yes, no problem. You too. See you, lads.
See you later. Lulu.
Is that Rolly?
Yes, it is.
Oh, man.
I just got in. I thought, see if you're still on.
I think I'm on 5%. I might disappear, but nice to see you, Rolly.
Yeah. It's always nice to have a little discussion with you, Kyle.
Wow. Before you get your gloves, I'll go through this comment straight away because there's quite a few there, but I know Road's got plenty to see. Why does Cher keeps getting head injuries every game? Because guessing where it hurts at times. Cher's been my player of the season with Miggy the season, but Cher was poor Sunday, but like everyone else, it happens. Really harsh to all of a sudden drop him for burn all the cells. I still have Cher playing as well. Just brave, I guess. Samson Clarkey and Isaac has proven that he's a goal scorer of great goals rather than a lot. The fountain lad is still attempting to get to the top. I've got Dante, Aroli. Please hit the subscribe button, please, mate. If you can, that'd be brilliant. When that time will come. Okay? As definitely a striker, I was saying he's not the typical centre forward, big difference. That's from Bill. We are desperate for Madison. If Madison comes in, where would he play? Yeah, definitely playing central mid, by the way, 110%. He's like scored world against Liverpool, missed it as in most other games. Billy's right about his style. We really need to work on his strength in pre-season. Definitely. Gordon, Isaac, Maxi, Owen interchangeable if allowed to do so, and could really mix it up between themselves. That would be fair. Good comment there. And let's turn to Foxy. What about Isaac and Gordon on either wings and give Wilson 60 min through the middle? I'll drop Wilson, Mo. I'll drop them all together, mate, as a sub as well. To the subs bench. Realistically, Ivan could do a job. Clarkey, thank you.
He's just pleaded guilty, John.
He's pleaded guilty. So
they
reckon he could be banned for 6 months.
Wow. That's still coming in time for the pre-season though.
6 months. You're talking about, when is it, February? It's August time. September.
I
don't know. Yeah.
And he can't even train while he's on a ban. I think that's a joke. He can't even train while you're on a ban.
That's gonna hurt.
I think it's a ban from football activity. So he wouldn't be allowed to train with the club. He'd need to train to keep his sort of physical condition good, and then train when the ban's over. He can actually train with the club and actually play football. It's one of those things that it makes him a very unattractive option until January next year.
Wow, that's a shame, really. That's a shame because the end of the day,
but if he's going to fight the rules, to the degree he has, because is it 230 charges? I know he's not pleaded guilty on all of them, but he'll get a lengthy ban.
Well, it could be in the spot of bother. That does look good for Ivan, by the way. Yeah, we definitely banned for all football activity. I don't think he could even attend any football matches. And Billy is saying here as well that all the job Toru we do in this community service, I like to take Watkins from Villa just to make Villa cry more. You know what it is, Billy? He's still a decent, I like him. He's still a decent striker. He's still a decent striker. Greetings from Indonesia. Sorry, my English is so bad, but my love to Newcastle United is the best. Dante, greetings from the UK. Greetings to Indonesia as well. Big up to you, mate. And hit the subscribe button, please. I don't know how I'll say that in Spanish or whatever, maybe. I don't know. But listen, Dante, big up. Big up to you.
Spanish?
Right? Indonesia. What language is that? That's Asian, Spanish, isn't it? Oh, pretty close to it. I don't know. Oh, whatever. Big up to you, Brian, as well. Hope you're okay, mate. Shy down with bad. I'll wind at the end, Brian. You're absolutely fine, mate. Welcome aboard, mate. And big up to James. I think I came here about opinions of football, but I've seen so much brilliant other stuff. I thought these channels were set up for Newcastle fans. Turn out it's just your type of fans. Well, I tell you what it is, James. That's up to you. If you've got to come on, great. If you don't, you don't. Simple as that. In the summer, we need to splash the cash and bring in some quality players. Well, yeah, 100%. I agree with you as well. So what can I say? Right, we're going to go into predictions as well. On Saturday, we got Manchester City. I'll start with you, Carl. Tough game Saturday. How do you think it's going to go? What the prediction's going to be? And what's going to happen?
If I see a change in what I want to happen, but I can't say it. Eddie, I can't see him changing much. You know, I hope I do see change, and I hope to see Gordon start. I hope to see Isak start. I don't want to see Target start against City. Not yet. Then okay, I'd say right, brilliant. Let's give it a go. It's good. I'll be happy with the draw, obviously. But we've got a chance. But if I see Wilson start again, and I see Miggy start again, and I can see we're getting beat, lads. We're knackered. We're not gonna change. It's gonna be another game like against United and Wembley, and I think we're gonna get beat. And I just it might not be 4-0, 5-0, but I think we'll get beat 3-0. I can't see us scoring 2-3-0 Man City. But if we see changes, which has got to happen now, surely, then we've got a chance. Even if he played Gordon in the middle and kept Miggy on, but Isak up top, Max on the left. I don't know who we drop in the middle, mind. But just something. Let's change something. Then we've got a chance. Let's go for it. And let's just try and score goals. If we could score 3 and lose 4-3, I'd be happy. But if I don't think we're going to get many changes, and I think we're going to get beat 2 or 3 now, unfortunately.
Fair enough. Says how it is, man. Thing is, how much can we spend before FFP? The thing is, right, we've got to spend over $500,000 before you get punished as well. But we're going to get new sponsorships and new, shirt deals as well. So I think we should spend what we want. If Chelsea can get away with it, so should we. Yeah,
it goes down to what they've done in the past, though, John. Because they've done so well with their transfers in the past. That's why they're allowed
it's
to
the revenue. It's the revenue from
that's why the
commercial deals are so. That's one of the ways that the previous owners screwed us. Because when you look at all the Sports Direct signs, he paid bugger all for them. And the commercial revenue was pitiful. I think in the last 10 years of his reign, our revenue was pretty much constant, where everyone else has grown by at least 40% on the commercial side. It's just
yeah.
Crazy, all he was worried about was having his Sport Direct signs flashed around the world when Newcastle played at home.
I'm not, man. Yeah, but I have to agree there, lads. I have to agree. 2-1 winner. Isak scored a few minutes before full time. That'd be nice. Saturday, I think we lose. We put a good fight. Again, a permanent to be pound off 2-1. Hopefully with the 1. And I love to. Tickets is a huge problem. That's a duty. It's a sellout crowd anyway. And Hi, John. Hi, 2Kid. Hope you're okay. Nick Pope is back on Saturday. I do not think Dubaka will come in. I will not have Dubaka anywhere near my club ever again. No
Is
chance.
Pope back?
Pope back
Yeah,
Saturday.
it's a one match.
One game. It's just got one game ban, so he's back
It
on
wasn't
Saturday.
violent conduct. It's a
Thank
straight bet,
God.
but it wasn't violent conduct. It's one game.
Right.
Yeah, so that's good news. Where there's a will, there's a way, Julie. That's more. And big up to Dante again. Will Newcastle get top 4 this end of the season? I'd love to see it happen, but it all depends on our home games. It's going to have to be, we have to beat Tottenham, Arsenal, Man United, and then we've got a great chance. They're all at home. Those are the games we need to beat if we are going to get top 4. And we have got to start scoring goals as well. So if we don't get it, I take 5th. And is Nick Pope still suspended for Saturday? No, he's not. It's just got a 1-game ban, Kate. It's a 1-game ban. And even though he got a straight red, it's a 1-game ban as a goalkeeper. Not only 1 match ban, not foul conduct offence. That's right, Billy. 1 game, it's 1 game. Oh, shit. From permanent performance, Brian. We love you, man. That's it. I'll be happy with 5th or 6th. And we don't have Scott Death and Julie J. We're lucky to finish 10th last one. Oh, please, no, don't finish 10th, man. Right, the score predictions from you. How do you think it's going to go with you, Brad?
I'm going to say 3-1 to City. I just hope that I'll just be happy if we score, to be honest. This rate, if we score and cause City through problems, hopefully we're not just predictable going through the motions again and get beat to 0. That'll be a bit disappointing. But if we can turn up there, maybe score the first goal, fair enough. I'll be happy with that. You know, nobody's expecting to get a result there. I don't think.
Fair enough. And 3-1-2, we've got one here on these one. I cannot see us getting anything at City. That's for more. Mason, what's your thoughts on the game Saturday and the score predictions, please, mate?
Saturday, unfortunately, I don't feel confident about Saturday's game. Yes, we played them off the park in the summer and we drew 3-3, but I feel like I'm going to go with a 2-0 Man City because they're going to play. I think, unfortunately, they're going to play us off the park on Saturday, which is disappointing to say, but considering the season we have, but I feel like Man City will be playing us off the park on Saturday, so I feel like I'm going to go with a 2-0 Newcastle. Or if somehow Almiron plays out with his skin because he's playing Jack Grealish, then you never know. You never know what's going to happen, but I feel like we're going to get a 2-0 Man City, unfortunately.
Fair comment. Julie G is saying, sticking with one, Seachin, Haaland and Bruno. Bruno might not even be playing on Saturday because he's got like an ankle injury, hasn't he? But we find out on the press conference on Friday. Rolly, you know what? If there's one guy I want to see come on, be sure, it's you, because you are the force of reason. And I tell you what, you talk blooming sense. You and Carl's going to get your boxing gloves on one day. I can see you too.
Oh, I doubt that very much. Not at this rate. Not at this rate. Carl, are you sitting down?
Yes.
You might want to put a safety belt on so you don't fall out your chair. Because I'm actually, for the second time this week, I'm actually going to agree with you. Yeah, and I want to see some. I think we need to change up. We've become stagnant up front. I think that I'd like to see Miggy, Isak, and Gordon play up front. I think. Yeah, man. I think there's people saying that Isak needs to bulk up a bit in the summer, but not too much because you don't want to sacrifice his pace, because that's one of his frightening assets, is close control and his pace. The midfield could be a mess depending on whether Bruno's fit. I don't think Target's going to be fit enough for this game. I think this is probably a game too soon for him to start. And I think that's one of the things that has hampered ASM over the last few games and in the cup finals. He hasn't had a fullback, they'll go past him.
Yeah.
So when he gets the ball and he's wide, they can put 2 players on him and know that there's no one's going to go past him. So they don't have to worry about him playing the ball further up because they know no one's going to go past him. So I mean, that's what Man United did. They stuck 2 players on him, and he's used to it, but it's difficult. With someone like Isak, especially if he drifts to the left, I think I said that after the Liverpool game, it drags players out of position. So I'd like to see those 3. But if we are impotent up front, which I've got a feeling we might be, I don't think City will play us off the park. It'll be a hard game, but I think they'll look like Kyle said. It'll be 2, maybe 3-0 to Man City. I hope I'm wrong, but City have entered that part of the season where they start getting serious about let's get this title, and we'll end up in the European places. I think we'll be top 6.
Yeah.
But if our form turns up soon, we're still in the race for that top 4. We've got 2 games in hand on Spurs.
Yeah.
They've got to come to us. If we can get our form back, we can still get top 4. And if we do, if we do get top 4, John, you'll have to stop saying that Murphy's not good enough to get us into the top 4.
Well,
I know he's not the future, but
he's not the future. He's not.
But he's contributed a fair bit this season. He's been on the pitch, and I thought that he was really good in the cup final. He saved us a couple of times on breakaways, some really good defensive work. He had that cracking shot that just had a bit too much bend on it.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not my favourite player. I know it's not yours, but he's one that I think will be with us till next summer. Not this summer, the summer after. Unless someone comes in with a silly offer.
Yeah. As well.
I mean, I think where we are at the moment is that we have a first 11, maybe a first 13, 14 players that are up to the standard of playing in the first team in a top team, but there's very little underneath that. Elliot Anderson, I think, will get there, but he's not there yet.
Yeah.
So that I think we're going to have a very busy summer. I think we'll get 5, maybe 6 in, and they'll be quality players. And we're not looking at squad players to beef out the squad. We've got players that will be capable of playing in the first team and challenging the current incumbents, so that we've got more competition throughout the squad. And then with that, we'll actually have a stronger bench, because that's one of the things that on Sunday is, other than Isak, well, I'm discounting Willett because he wasn't properly fit. When you look at the people coming on for the substitutes, there's a drop in quality. There's no disrespect to them. When you look at Man United's bench, the players they bring on, Sancho and even McTominay played well. They basically parked the bus midway through the second half, thinking they're not going to score, so we don't need to do anything. We'll just park the bus. But they have quality on the bench, which we haven't got. We've got 2 players. Like Gordon obviously was cup tied, so you're looking at Isak and a half-fit Willock are the only quality players we had on the bench. Where they can bring on 5 quality players. We can't do that, and we need to be in a situation we can do that. And I'm sure that our owners will start putting that right in the summer, so we'll have a better squad. But as of for Saturday's game, not overly optimistic. But yeah, it could be 2 or 3 now, unfortunately. But you never know.
You never know.
We might defensively, we might turn up, or it's not so much the defense hasn't turned up. We've had a couple of lapses in concentration, on set pieces over the last few weeks. If they shake that off, it'll be tighter than that. But you got to think the City are going to win it, unfortunately.
Well, it'd be nice to see we do something or get something, but in my opinion, I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately, especially on 12:30 kickoff time. But you never know. You never know.
I think the other thing with the predictions now is everyone's still on a bit of a downer from the cup final, and we don't know how the players are going to react. Because normally this season, when they've had a bit of a down result, they've come back and played even harder the following game. And I think that we played harder in the cup final than we did in the Liverpool game. I thought we played pretty hard then. Right, we didn't get the result, but I thought as a whole we didn't play badly. And I don't think we've really played badly this season. We've just not been as good as we were in October and November when we were electric. Everyone's still got a bit of disappointment. That's why people are quite pessimistic from Saturday. But if we get a good response from the players, you never know. We've got a good first 11 and one or two subs, but we haven't got that depth in the squad of quality.
I have to agree with you there, and Rolly, you're absolutely right. Force the reason, mate. Spot on. I reached it at the 3 p.m. game, as we showed you to see, till Wednesday 8 p.m. kickoff. That's because original game was a Saturday, ban on showing. It still stands with, and I think Jules got some more as well. Jules chatting to Jules, James to my father, and my father won't watch to review or this channel. Imagine your son's constant joke on this channel, as his name brought up all the time. So there's none. This isn't anything that can be sorted. Well, I'm sure Jules helping you along the way, mate. 2-0 to Grimsby, 2-0 to Arsenal. I was offside, still 1-0, but it's 2-0 to Grimsby Town, by the way. Southampton, big trouble, I'm not going to lie. Manu is taking the PR carriers, shoot him anywhere. Anthony never thought much of him, but I hate the cocky see now. I know exactly what you mean, even to Stephen and Leslie as well. My prediction is going to be, I'm going to say 2-0 to Man City, I'm afraid. I can't lie. Scoring's going to be a problem again. And I hope I'm wrong, guys. I hope I am wrong. But
John, it's 2-0 Arsenal. They went back up and scored again. It's
2-0 to Everton's in the spot above as well, by the way. So let's be real. I'm not going to lie. But Arsenal's got 3 points and Man City's got to play. I think Man City are really going to go for us on Saturday because they know exactly what to do. But we're not going to make it easier for them, guys. So, guys, after we're going to wrap up the show, we've been on for an hour and 3/4. And so, Brad, where can we find you, mate, on your socials, mate?
My Twitter handle just below. So, yeah, give us a follow on there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Champion Martinelli. 1-0 to Newcastle. That's in Clark. I hope you're correct. Mason, where can I find you, mate? I know you got a new channel.
Mason Ford on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I mean, Mason's Football Chat, and that's my new YouTube channel. Thank you, John.
Champion stuff. And Rolly.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at Pols67.
Fabulous. Fantastic. And for me, you can find us on John Sinclair TV on YouTube, Facebook, and of course Twitch. And if you can find us on John Sinclair 50 on Insta, I don't go on it as much, but if you do, great. And if you can find us on social media, which is Twitter, John_NUFC42. And if you follow us, I'll follow you back. Also, follow to me YouTube channel as well as John Sinclair TV. And I should be back hopefully tomorrow for a match preview against Manchester City. So that'll be a great show. And if you like the video, like what you see, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. And if you'd like to super chat, just click on what it's worth. If you'd like to become a member, it's just 99p. Yet again, Ian Everett, thank you so much indeed. Another 20 quid super chat. I really appreciate that. That is 5 on the bounce, by the way. And you know what it is like. He sounds a great, great guy. And thanks so much for coming on, guys. I've heard you guys for a couple of minutes backstage. And until then, we'll be back hopefully tomorrow. Keep your eyes peeled for that. And until then, let's hope we beat Man City on Saturday. 3 days to go. And until then, it's a goodbye.